understanding of ICT implementation for socio-economic development. One of the tasks of this discipline is to help you of different, for example, you're studying different specialties, from technical to social sciences, understand the need for the use of ICT to achieve the objectives and meet the national development needs. It is purpose and the subjects of this course. As a result, at the end, after studying this discipline, you will know the conceptual framework for understanding the processes of socio-economic development. You will know the role of ICT in the community development processes. You will know the ways of presenting data in the computer system. You will know the basic of operating system, the type of operating system, the type of interfaces, and also you will know the concept of spreadsheets and techniques of data visualization with help of diagrams. And also you will know the, how to work with database management systems, and you will know the basics of database architecture. Also you will know about the SQL languages and the current trends in database development. You will know basics of local area and the wide area networks. You will know about the basics of social networks, their architecture and performance, and etc. And also you will able to use the information resources for finding and storing information. You will be able to work on any operating system with any interfaces. You will be able to work with spreadsheet. You will be able to work with macros, with database, to create database, apply the methods and the means of information protection. You will know also, you will be able to create some simple website using some platforms. Also, you will be able to process the vector and the bitmap images, and you will be able to create a multimedia presentation using some application software. Also, you will be able to work with cloud services of e-technologies. And at the end of this course, you have skills to use modern information and communication technologies in professional activity. You have skills to apply ICT in country-specific context. And then next, have a look at these slides. Here we can see main direction of ICT development. Nowadays, all of you have a small mobile phone in hand, tablet, or a personal computer, which has ability and you have ability to access the world information. This is done through a seamless network of technologies, applications, services, and the content, interlinked through a grid of telecommunication technologies. It doesn't matter for the end user how the system works, as long as it delivers what is wanted. Essentially, ICT consists of hardware and the application software that runs the hardware and also enables the development of content. Together, they provide services to the user through the connectivity media. Underpinning the entire process is a set of supporting environments, physical, political, legal, and regulatory, as well as frameworks. And the ICT can be broadly classified into digital and analog, synchronous and asynchronous. Analog data, as you know, is received in a continuous stream, while digital information reads analog data using only ones and zeros. The evaluation and the use of ICT have refined and redefined many traditional industry sectors and have made a considerable impact on how industries and the sectors operate or manage it. Let's outline the most urgent direction in ICT development. And the first, it is system of communication. System of communication. The force and the possibilities of ICT consist in connecting different parts with an integral and integration network by communication. The telecommunication networks, which includes fixed telephone lines, transmitter, two lines of direct visibility, wireless networks, satellite, optical fiber cables, is a part extensive system. The same list includes, as you can see, intelligent sensor telecommunication networks, the Internet of Things, the built-in technologies for interaction, smart dust, network on neural chips, high-speed multimedia, and the next generation of information system. And the next direction is cognitive technologies and the robotization. And what mean cognitive technologies? The word cognitive from Latin means to know. That is, cognitive technologies working with our knowledge of evaluating our attention that tracks our state following the work of the brain and trying to understand human. And in other words, cognitive technologies are methods and the algorithm of goal achievement based on the information about processes of learning, training, communication, information processing by people and animals. Our neuroscience, the theory of self-organization, computer information technology, mathematical modeling of elements of consequences, some of other scientific data until recently referred to the sphere of fundamental science. And let's define what means robotization. Robotization is automation of production by using industrial robots, and it includes next direction: coexistence of people and robots, robotization in terms of population aging, manipulative techniques, robots in system of entertainment, home robots, keyboards, built-in medical sensors, cars without drivers. All of this includes robotization. And the next direction of ICT development, new technologies of the computer and the human interface. With the development of technologies, there appear more and more opportunities for improving human-computer interaction. However, one should not forget that human opportunities are not limited, which holds true with respect to the above processes. According to the model of human-computer interaction developed by Will Verplank, interaction of the user with any system is affected by three human factors. You can see at this slide these three main human factors. First factors, efficiency of perception of information. It means whether we perceive the system signals correctly. Next factors, principle of information processing, whether we understand and process these signals correctly. Third factors, human factors, efficiency of information transfer. It means we re-enter the result into system correctly. There appear a new concept of interaction based on non-control sign and natural language interface, and also on technologies of reading emotions, new generation of displays, machine translation in all languages, development of mood recognition technology, and the technology of the next generation of computer with the Android-based interface. It is new concept of interacts. And the next main direction of ICT development is virtual world. Can you give some definition of this word? What means virtual world? Do you know? What means virtual world? Mueller gives some definition of this word. He thought the virtual means actual, valid, possible. And the other definition of this word, for example, first, it's experimental training system based on virtual reality. It can be also virtual avatars, virtual system of life, automated systems of personality identification, network economy, and the life in a network. Next direction of ICT development, smart city, smart production, smart transport. Let's define what means smart system. As you can see at this slide, smart system is a system of interacting system, thus ensuring modern quality of life due of innovative technologies which provide economic and eco-friendly use of urban systems. Smart production is connected with the technological evolution system managing capacities due to close integration of land use planning and transporting. And these systems include the following technologies. First, reasonable computer facilities. Second, supercomputers. Third, digital factors. Fourth, global automated distributed products production system with the of a 3D seal. Fifth, transition to cloud computing of a new generation, and the cloud mobile entities. It is smart city, smart production, smart transport. How the ICT development in this direction. And the next direction of ICT development, it is cloud technologies. Have you heard before about this term, cloud technologies? What mean cloud technologies? Can you give some examples of cloud technologies? Облачные технологии. Can you give definition? Можете на русском ответить, определение дать? Не слышу. Ну, в принципе, правильно, да? Облачные технологии – это модель предоставления повсеместного и удобного сетевого доступа, да, к общему там, использованию и так далее, да? Okay, look at this slide. First sentence, it's gives some definition of this term, yeah, this concept. Cloud technologies is a model of universal and convenient network access to a common pool of configurable computing resources that can be quickly and realized with minimal effort by management and the need for interaction with provider. It is a definition explaining of the term cloud technology. And a future of cloud computing is not attached to the hardware platform, geographical area, and the possibility of scalability. And this type of technologies includes mobile technology, mobile application, processing of large data volumes, the development of social networks, and the use of ICT in social life, and information security. It's all of this includes the cloud technology. Can you name some other direction ICT development? Направления, другие направления развития IT-технологий, ICT, информационно-коммуникационных технологий. How affect ICT in our life? How affect ICT, for example, in your life? Can you answer this question? How affect ICT? And Polish. Okay. You would like to listen to this lecture in Russia, yeah? Окей, в принципе, окей. Мы тогда обсудим это с нашим начальством, потому что у нас этот предмет ведется на английском. Если это так трудно, тогда, возможно, мы будем вести его на русском тогда. Хорошо. Ага, окей. Понятно. Ну, тогда ответьте на вопрос, как влияет, да, how affect ICT in our life, in your life, как влияет использование информационных. ICT, it means Information Communication Technology, информационно-коммуникационные технологии. Как оно влияет на повседневную жизнь, на учебу и так далее. Разные сферы, да, деятельности. Так, давайте активно участвовать в обсуждении. Well. It is pros cons of affect ICT in our life, yeah? Disadvantages side of development ICT, yeah? You mean this? Okay. Next. Okay, next, as the next slide, we'll talk about the standards in ICT field. Стандарты в сфере ICT. Стандарты в сфере ICT. First of all, let's define what means standard. A standard is a document that sets out requirements, specification, guidelines, or characteristics for material, products, processes, and services. And the standards can also be used to support an industrial or innovation policy, for example, in acquiring new technologies. A cooperating of organizations that develop ICT standards. First cooperation organization, ICO, International Standardization Organization. Next, IES, International Electrotechnical Commission. ITU, it means International Telecommunication Union. Internet Society, ECMA, European Computer Manufacturers Association. Next organization, it is ETCSI, European Telecommunication Standard Institute. And the next other organization which develop ICT standards, it is IEE, it's Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. And the last organization in our list, this list, OSF, Open Software Foundation. And etc. There are a lot of organizations which develop ICT standards. Oh, really? Okay. ACMA? ACMA. And the next other organization that develop ICT standards, it is, as you can see in this list, it is ETSI. It means European Telecommunication Standard Institute. And the next organization, EWOS, European Workshop for Open Systems. And also there are other organizations, IEE, Institute of Electrical Electronic Engineers, and the last organization in this list, OSF, Open Software Foundation. And etc. There are also have some any other organizations that develop ICT standards. It's some of them. And how affect or what do this organization usually? For example, international ICO standards, for example, ICO standards ensure that products and services are safe, reliable, and of a good quality. And international ICT standards prevent occurrence of costly market battles for priority technologies. And then next, objects ICT standards, it's create equal conditionals for companies from emerging markets which provide access to new markets. Здесь можно увеличить, да? Это не знаю,
больше света.
Да. Сейчас, just a minute. Не получится момент, да? Слишком мелкий. Ага.
Все.
That's all. Все, да? Угу. Next subject, ICT standards and essential support for development countries in building their infrastructure and promoting economic development. And the last subject, international IT standard, can cause a reduction of costs for everyone, manufacturers, operators, and the consumers due to the scale effect. Next, we talk about standardization development ladder. In this diagram, in this figure, you can see the ladder of the ITU standardization development, which adapted from the ITU website. This standardization development ladder has been developed by ITU as a recommendation to increase participate in ITU activities. As you can see in this figure, first, the lower level, there is an increased use of IT recommendation and its website, and the indication of this is the number of cases of recommendation download. The use of international standards in the procurement of ICT should help to reduce the cost and ensure interoperability. On the second level of the ladder, is the creation of national capacity of ICT standards use. Capacity building contributes to the formation of a national body of qualified engineers able to implement the recommendations. ITU can provide capacity building and the training programs. The third level of the ladder is formed by associated membership in the ITU sectors. Institutional membership in the international community promotes globalization, compensating its negative sides. And the membership also allows to get acquainted with the reports of the meetings, contributions, and the temporary and the working papers. On the first level of the ladder, there is a participating in the work of study groups and operating groups, such as participate, promotes learning in practice, and creates opportunities for establishing contacts. There is also a possibility of remote participation, for example, broadcast of study group meetings, as well as groups working by correspondence via the internet. Being on the fifth level of the ladder, the country can host the activities of the ITU or establish the regional groups for active participation. Host of events will create new opportunities following learning by doing, training, and awareness. Currently, the number of joint study groups and operational groups of the ITUD working in different regions is increasing, and there is a held more joint workshop. And the sixth level of the ladder represents deposits. It means input documents, for example, at the meeting of the ITUT study groups and the related meetings. Contributing to these processes, it is possible to shape future standards. The process of standardization is generally defined by contribution, as a basis of virtually all the recommendation. The seventh level of the ladder is nomination of representatives, such as for the position of chairman, vice chairman, and reporters of the study groups. This individual are part of each of the study groups' management and help it at work. Appointment to this position is an expression of recognition of individual contribution made by them for several years. And as the last level of the ladder, making proposals to VTSA, for example, with respect to issues for study of program of work for the future. In this activity, ITUT is focused on research issues that determine the content of work of study group. And today we have looked at a definition of ICT, ICT course and its purposes, main direction of ICT development, and the standardization in ICT. And let's revise our lecture. Can you give the definition of ICT? Okay, let's try to answer the control questions. First question, what is ICT? And and what? Okay. Okay, I'll share you with you. Okay, let's. Purpose, subject of ICT course. Okay, let's return to this slide. What is the main purpose of this course, ICT? Of this course? If you want. It means acquire the skills of using modern information communication technology in your professional field, in your everyday life. And what's the main subject of this course? Better understanding of ICT implementation for socioeconomic development, And could you name some direction of ICT development? I give some, for example, maybe approximately 4 or 7 direction of ICT development, First direction, system of communication, System communication. Next direction, cognitive technology and robotization. Third direction, new technologies of computer and the human interface, human interaction, computer and the human interaction. Next direction, virtual world, we define the meaning of this word. The next direction, smart city, smart production, and the smart transport. How do you understand this word, smart city, smart production, smart transport? Can you give some examples? Okay. What is smart technology? Have you heard before about smart technology? Can you give some examples of smart technology? Okay, good. That's right. And next, we have talked about the cloud technology and defined what mean cloud technologies. Yeah. Can you give some examples of cloud technologies? How often do you use usually these technologies? Okay. I think that's all for today. Let's try to answer the next question. How does the ICT influences our society? Okay, can you name the disadvantages of using ICT? Seamless. Ну да, я поняла, что вы имеете. Так, хорошо. Okay, I have some task for you. As you can see at this slide, we have 8 questions, yeah, and we didn't consider last 3 questions, and it will be your task for you. You have to answer it by self the last 3 questions. What is the Millennium Declaration? What is the main objectives of Millennium Declaration? And how ICT connected to the Millennium Declaration purposes. It will be task for the next lecture. And then you have to answer this question. 3 questions, last 3 questions. Have you understood? Okay. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye.